Yo, what's going on, guys? Nemheal here. Back. This is just a book review I'm gonna do. Man, do you know what? I picked this up from Forbidden Planet the other day. This is Preacher, book 1. And I have to say, this was amazing. This was probably, and this is a big statement for me, the best graphic novel I've ever read. This series is fantastic. The writing is superb. The twists are amazing. The character development's fantastic. The suspense is great. Keeps you guessing constantly. You know, it's just great, man. It's got a great touch of cowboyism in it. You know, it's got a nice kind of spaghetti western feel to it in certain ways. You know, the artwork's nice. I love the artwork. It's a nice and gritty, mature feel about it, you know. I could see a film being made out of this. I checked out some research about the film, and apparently they've been looking to make one for quite some time. But you know, I always saw the Preacher graphic novels around, you know, in libraries when I was younger, like years. I've always seen them about, and I flipped through them a couple of times years ago, but I was never too keen on them. And I thought, you know, let me just give it a try. I was in Forbidden Planet, wanted to get some new comics, so I decided to pick up the Preacher and X marks the spot, which is Deadpool, you know, when he tries to become X-Men, which I haven't read yet, but I know that's pretty cool as well. But anyways, I'm so glad I took a chance and decided to pick up this book 1 of Preacher. It's amazing, it's fantastic. Anyone who's a fan of comics, in terms of their the gritty comics, the mature read, you know, great characters, great twists, definitely get yourself a copy of Preacher book 1. I haven't read any others yet. This is the first time I read Preacher, and I'm just I'm hooked. You know, almost the only thing I regret about going for the other day is that I didn't actually get book 2 as well, because I'm hooked. I read this all today, you know, like quickly as well. Actually, I read some last night, but I finished it today. Yeah, what can I say? I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but there's some great characters up in there. You got Cassidy, who's a Irish vampire. Funny, man, that's definitely the comic relief. But you got the Preacher, who's Jesse, who's also very funny in himself. You got Tulip, who's hilarious, who's Preacher's ex and sort of current girlfriend. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you got some great characters in there. Focuses a lot in Texas. You know, there's got redneck scum up in there as well. The redneck scum, that's the villains. You got like most of the rednecks up in there, but you also got some other interesting characters that come into it, and it never gets boring. It's fantastic, you know. So I really enjoyed it. You know, I didn't want to make this too long. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but definitely, if you're a fan of good comics, if you're a fan of grittiness, realism, blood, gore, no sugarcoating of the truth, and twists, so many twists in this, twists that you make you laugh out loud or cringe in horror. But this is definitely this is my favourite and best graphic novel I've ever read, and I can say that clearly and easily. And I've read quite a few graphic novels in my time so far. So yeah, Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon, great team combined there, and I'll be definitely getting the rest of these graphic novels in this series. So that's Preacher there. This is nemheal, guys. Definitely pick up a copy, book 1. The artwork's fantastic as well. I mean, look at that. Look at the artwork on the back as well. You know, it's just one of the things. I mean, I'm sure lots of people can relate when you've seen a graphic novel over the years, or you've seen comics and you never, you know people read them and stuff. I don't know anyone that's read Preacher personally, but you know, I thought give it a chance, and it's fantastic, man. It's just amazing. I'm not gonna tell you guys too much. If you want to know like concrete details, then go onto Wikipedia, and all the details are on there. And if you don't want to read the graphic novels, which I definitely advise you to, then you can always find out exactly the goings on in each individual graphic novel. But I was so impressed with this, guys. I can't even say, words can't even describe how much I enjoyed this read. It was just a fantastic read. I'll definitely read it again. I might even have to get book 2 today because I'm like hooked, man. But brilliant, yeah. Characters are brilliant, and you never know who's gonna die. You never know what's gonna happen. So very good read, and highly enjoyed it. Cheers to viewing Preacher book 1 review. nemheal.